Radical.
Welcome to a brand new Flea Market Stories. Now, this is a series documenting my time as a flea marketer, and I don't know how many installments there's going to be. This kind of depends, I guess, on how long it takes me to sell all my crap, you know? Well, I got some good stuff to sell, but most of it is just crap. I just want to move this stuff and get it out of my way and make a little bit of money, literally, maybe a couple quarters on some of the items, so win-win. All right, so here's what happened. Basically, to sum up what happened at the end of what I was describing in the last flea market story, I had an issue. Me and my friend called this one place we were going to get ready to go and sell at. But long story short, didn't work out. But there was a new hope because my friend, he looked up flea markets near that flea market and he found one. And he called the guy and said, "Hey, can we go there today? Do you got a table for us to sell?" And we were lucky. It was a Saturday, and we went there to sell. So the thing was, this flea market, we could tell right away, was not nearly as big as the other one. And it just wasn't as impressive. It barely, in my opinion, really kind of passed as a flea market with how small it was. There wasn't a lot of people there. Now, it could be at the timing of this. This was the weekend before Christmas, so there weren't a lot of people there. And it was raining. It would go off and on and rain really heavy, and then rain a little bit, then off and on. But we still had hope. We did have hope, so we went there. And I'm going to kind of, speed through a whole lot of this. I'm not going to go into all the details. We came across the guy that was running the whole place, and we said, "How much for one of your tables?" He said $8. So we gave him $8, and I noticed instantly right away he had like a big fistful of fives and ones. I don't know if there was like a premium table there. I'm not sure, but the table we got was $8. From what I saw, I don't think there was any inside areas. There might have been, but I think everything was outside. Where a quality flea market is going to have a lot of inside space and then outside space. From what I could tell, though, all the spaces were covered. Meaning, when it rains, you have some protection. The problem is, though, my apologies for the notification. The problem was, though, the placement of the tables. And these were very heavy tables. I didn't know if, he minded them being moved. But the very tip of the back of the table, it was raining and the rain runoff would basically run right onto you if you were sitting down in a chair or something like that. And we brought two chairs. I had a chair for myself and my friend I was selling with, he had a stool. So what we wound up having to do was we had to sit on the corners of the table. So we looked kind of weird, sitting on the corners of a long table because it was raining. And that actually took some space away from the back of the table because we didn't want to get some of that stuff wet. Some of the stuff I had to sell was magazines. Now, there was one table, and he said if I needed the other table, I could actually just use the other table. No one else is using it. Meaning I'm like, okay, this place is not really tightly regulated, unlike the other place I was going to go sell at. So a big positive was that, he was just kind of a cool guy. He was like, if no one else is using that table beside of you, go ahead, knock yourself out. But we didn't need the other table there. And it was a little ways down from our table, actually. So I like that about it. I like that he seemed pretty cool. I like that there didn't seem to be a lot of restrictions on what you could sell there. I didn't see any sign that said you couldn't sell even like bongs or ammo or hunting gear. I think pretty much that was one of the places where you could pretty much sell everything. And later on, we came across a guy. There's a lot of different people I talked to, fellow people at the tables, fellow vendors, customers, and I might go into detail on my conversations with some of these customers. I had a lot of interesting conversations, and I actually recorded some of the conversations also. So I might kind of work that into some of these future flea market stories. But this one guy said later on, well, I'm gonna save that one. and just kind of go into this setup. Let's talk about the table setup, okay? What did I have to sell? Well, I had a variety of things. Some of the things I forgot, though. I had a big box of 360 games I was going to sell. I think some 360 games, some PlayStation 2 games, and there was a lot of money in that bag. It was like a typical grocery bag, but I had about 20, 25 games in there that, I don't want. Maybe I played, and there was a lot of money in that bag, potential money. And instantly, like, he noticed, my friend, he's like, the 360 games, you forgot those, right? I'm like, damn it. Now, I did have a lot of Christmas stuff to sell there, and I thought this was one of my last opportunities to sell Christmas stuff before Christmas. Was it right before or was it right after? I forget if it was the weekend before or after Christmas, but yeah, it was weekend before Christmas. We had a lot of stuff that we were going to sell, Christmas wise, and I didn't sell a thing. Just kind of giving that away. I didn't sell one Christmas item. I don't think there might have been a stuff. No. I didn't sell any Christmas items. Actually, kind of giving this away. This might spoil a lot of the suspense. We winded up selling 2 items. I'll say that. 2 items. And I'll talk about those later. But we had a lot of things set up. I had a whole lot of magazines. I had hunting magazines. I had Rocky magazine. A lot of those magazines I showed off on previous show-off Saturdays. Yeah, I had a lot of magazines for sale. Magazines were for sale. I thought that would be, other than the games, the centerpiece. I had lots of magazines. I had newer magazines. I had a box of older magazines. I thought people would be going wild over those magazines. And the prices I set them at, very, very, very fair prices. But a lot of people weren't really interested because there weren't a lot of people there. There was no one there. Almost no one there. In 3 hours, I would say, possibly 20 to 30 people, less than that maybe, actually even looked in the direction of our table. And it was for no lack of the layout I had. The spread I had on the table, hopefully I took a picture. If I have a picture here, I'll flash it right here. If I didn't, my apologies. But it looked very nice. I thought one of the key steps of being a flea marketer is knowing how to set up your table. I had all the games to the left, separated by system. I had the magazines to the right. I had the Christmas stuff in the middle. The stuffed animals right front center. I thought they would, catch an eye. Like if I were walking by that table, that's what I thought. If I'm a customer looking by that table, is that going to catch my eye? So I was very happy with my table layout. But, going into the next installment, things didn't go so well as far as sales.